Now, I want to look at this Band of Brothers speech, or sometimes referred to as the Crispin's Day. Just as the other one had three parts, this one also has three parts. And we want to look at it for the same reason. Henry's rhetoric here is deployed with the goal of showing that everyone in this disparate army are a band of brothers, are together, so to speak. So the context is Henry comes along, he enters the scene kind of in the middle, and he just overhears Westmoreland, these other nobles, talking about the numbers. So they're talking about how there's over 10,000 French and very few English. I forget the exact number. And Westmoreland says, I wish we had some more of the men that we left behind in England. And Henry is just entering at that point and begins his speech in this way. What's he that wishes so? My cousin Westmoreland? No, my fair cousin. If we are marked to die, we are enough to do our country loss. And if to live, the fewer men, the greater share of honor. God's will, I pray thee, wish not one man more. By Jove, I am not covetous for gold, nor care I who doth feed upon my cost. It yearns me not, if men my garments wear, such outward things dwell not in my desires. But if it be a sin to covet honor, I am the most offending soul alive. No, faith, cuz, wish not a man from England. God's peace, I wish I would not lose so great an honor as one man more, methinks, would share from me. For the best hope I have, oh, do not wish one more. So this first part is basically making this case, don't wish for any more people, or it will cut into our share of honor. And pay attention to this notion of honor here. Remember, we talked about the notion of honor in Homer. And we have a return to that, or an appeal to that notion of honor, that it's a limited substance, that if there's more people, we're gonna have to divide it up and our share will be lower. And well, it's interesting that he appeals here by Jove. It's not unheard of in Shakespeare to have these references, but it is telling that he's referring to a pagan god there in his appeal to this kind of ancient pagan heroic ethos. So the second part of the speech is really about, so we already said, don't wish for any more. And the second part is about, let's get rid of the ones that we have that are not, that are afraid to fight, and keep only the ones that with bravery and with honor. Rather proclaim it, Westmoreland, through my host, that he which hath no stomach to this fight, let him depart. His passport shall be made, and crowns for convoy put into his purse. We would not die in that man's company that fears his fellowship to die with us. This day is called the Feast of Crispian. He that outlives this day and comes safe home will stand a tiptoe when this day is named, and rouse him at the name of Crispian. He that shall see this day and live old age will yearly on the vigil feast his neighbors and say, tomorrow is St. Crispian. Then will he strip his sleeve and show his scars. Old men forget, yet all shall be forgot, but he'll remember with advantages what feats he did that day. So here, a couple of things. So obviously he's making this point about, we can get rid of those who are not ready to die with us. We'll keep the ones that want to, and they'll maybe get scars, and they'll live into old age and proudly show those scars. We see a reference later at the end of Act 4 to Pistol. He's lost all of his comrades, and his parting words are about how he's going to return to England. He's got scars from fighting other English people, but he's going to pretend, and it's not to in the sense that Henry's talking about here, but he's going to say he got them fighting the French at Agincourt. So we have a kind of, let's say, an ironic undercutting of the sentiment expressed here. And then the third part of this speech is about how their names will be immortal. They will live on till the end of time because of their feats here. Then shall our names familiar in his mouth as household words, Harry the King, Bedford and Exeter, Warwick and Talbot, Salisbury and Gloucester, be in their flowing cups freshly remembered. This story shall the good man teach his son, and Crispin Crispian shall never go by from this day to the ending of the world, but we in it shall be remembered. We few, we happy few, we band of brothers, for he today that sheds his blood with me shall be my brother. Be he ne'er so vile, this day shall gentle his condition. And gentlemen in England now abed shall think themselves accursed they were not here, and hold their manhoods cheap, whilst any speaks that fought with us upon St. Crispin's Day. So it's a band of brothers. So the social classes are being, let's say, dispensed with, and what unites them is having fought in this battle. So those who are not born gentle, this day shall gentle their condition. So they will become gentlemen, they will become nobles in a manner of speaking because of their feats here. And the quote unquote real gentlemen, the real aristocrats back in England who are sleeping and who didn't come with them, will consider themselves less than these people who are here right now. So it's a kind of a reversal of those social roles that that his listeners would find themselves in. So I'll just reiterate that the speech is about instilling in them this desire for honor, this Homeric desire for honor. And it's akin to the classical notion of kleos, where it's not an infinite supply. We're a happy few, we happy few, we band of brothers. We're a happy few because we're going to share alone in the honor and glory. We're going to share among a very few people the honor and glory. Very different from, let's say, the Christian notion of honor as an interior well of the soul that is not from external recognition of feats.